In 29 years as a collegiate softball and baseball coach, John Risley tutored hundreds of pitchers. None, he insists, prepared themselves better than Donna Poyant, a six-time All-New England pitcher who set or tied 6 season records during her career. Donna won 48 games with 7 saves, 13 shutouts, and a 1.10 ERA in a career which produced 1 national title and 3 regional championships. In all, Donna pitched in 20 NCAA postseason tournament games between 1990 and 1993, compiling an 11-3 record, 11 complete games, and 3 shutouts. As a sophomore, she pitched in all 11 of the team's postseason games, winning 7 of 9 decisions with 7 complete games and a 0.65 ERA. The New Bedford, Massachusetts native was 6-0 as a pitcher in regional tournament play in her career, shutting out Cortland State and Bridgewater State in regional play as a junior, with the Bridgewater win coming in the title game. As the team's sophomore ace in 1991, she led the staff in every category. That year, she tied the program's season record with 22 wins, the second most in Division III that year.
All the pitchers I've had here and in my experience, wherever I've been, and it's probably several hundred, I never had a pitcher so well prepared who could execute so well. Somebody asked me a question a couple of years ago, who was the best pitcher that I ever coached? Well, the best pitcher was an easy answer. Donna Poyant was the best pitcher that I ever coached. She was great at preparing, she was great at executing, and she was great as a person. You never, ever had to even mention anything about what she might have missed. Donna was what we would call in the pitching business a great locator, a great pitcher in terms of making her pitches to the hitter that doesn't give in. If I'm not mistaken, she walked around 2 batters per game, which is exceptional. And Donna always seemed to have 2 strikes on the hitter and was the best at moving the ball in, out, up, and down with her rise ball and her in-shoots of any pitcher I ever coached. Her junior year, she played with a knee brace, and coaching staff was quite worried about whether she could move around and whether she could execute with her physical attributes, throw the same kind of location and pitching execution. And she was marvelous. You would never have expected her to do it. You didn't know that she even had that on. We're playing up in Cortland. We're playing in the final game. Bridgewater had beat us in the early part of the tournament. She pitched an 8-inning, 1-0 game. And the thing that was amazing, they tried to bunt her. And it didn't affect her at all. She got off there beautifully, fielded, poised, threw the runners out, and went on to pitch a 1-0 victory with just great poise. Donna's capacity to learn was immense. You could give her a practice schedule for a couple of days in preparation. She'd keep her notes. She'd have her little notebook. She'd be all set. She'd get down there a little early. She'd get her workout in. She'd help all the other players with various things. Donna, she didn't have any valleys. She had just a steady, consistent improvement, and her performances, you'd never ever know if things were difficult for Donna. Sure they were, but that was the competitive greatness is what I call that.
My recollections of Donna are, how hard she worked, every practice, every game, off the field and on the field. She was great in the classroom and just a great role model for everybody.
And when she was with Christia Mohan, who was blowing everybody out and winning game after game, Christia said she was the most supportive with one goal in mind, team victory. And she was sweet and always, she felt was the leader of the morale of the team on the bench.
Donna was always very calm before a game. Her warm-ups were excellent. Her and I would work together and work on every single pitch and every placement, whatever, and her warm-ups were the same every time. She was intense and she was ready to go. When she stepped on the mound, she was ready to go, and she would take on any batter, big, small, fast, slow. It didn't matter to her.
She was a jammer and a floater. She'd jam the hands and then throw that changeup just off the outside corner. And once in a while, she was aggressive enough to take up her space. The hitters against slow pitches tend to come in, but she wasn't afraid to take up her space, 6 inches to one side of the plate, 6 inches the other. She'd throw it in there.
Catching for her was easy because she could hit anything. I'd put the glove anywhere, and she would hit it. If I wanted it under their elbows, you know, Coach Riz would say, throw me a CJ, which was a Charlie Jam, which was his fastball up and in, and she would hit it perfect. They'd back off the plate, and then the next one we'd go low and outside, and they'd ground out.
At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce as a 2012 inductee into the E-Club Hall of Fame, Donna A. Poyant.